All right, Jules, Shaka brought up Nicolas Jackson at Chelsea there. It was something we were talking about before the show because rumours were suggesting that Manchester United are monitoring him. What's the likelihood of that happening, or what's the story there?
Yeah, you're right, Alexis. I think monitoring is the right word to put it. They, as I said before, they've looked and tried to sign many number 9s already this summer. Each one of them just going somewhere else or not wanting to go to Manchester United. The latest one, and I guess unless Ekitike signs for Liverpool or another club, United are still in it because he would still be on the market, but he prefers to go to Liverpool than to go to Manchester United. And again, I'm not sure if Manchester United can pay right now 80 or 90 million euros for a player like him, but that's another story. So they have to look somewhere else for number 9, and they know Nico Jackson is obviously on the market. He's not going to stay at Chelsea, really. There's no room for him there with, Joao Pedro and the lab signing for the club. And okay, those stats are not too bad, to be fair, in a team that for a long time was just finding his feet. He's not the best number 9 in the world, for sure. I think he's got qualities to do well for United, though. Certainly something that they need in the way Amorim plays. He needs to run the channel. They need somebody aggressive like him. I'm not saying that he's the solution or the answer, but he's certainly better suited and fitted to what Amorim wants to do in that system with the 2 inside 10s and the number 9 in front of them. It would cost you around £40 million, maybe slightly a bit more. But what's for sure, guys, is that there's no room for Haaland anymore and for Zirkzee. So unless you put Cunha there, which is okay, but again, not his best position, you need another number 9. Chidobe Martin is a great talent, but still too young, and he will be in the first team squad. But really, as a number 3, shows behind Cunha and whoever they sign as a number 9. I'm just saying that they're seeing Nico Jackson as a potential interesting signing.
But you want somebody to run the channels. Rasmus Højlund would do that. I mean, one of his qualities as a youngster, very raw, is he'll run the channels, he'll fight with defenders, he'll work hard. If that's the criteria, then
his confidence has taken a hell of a knock.
No, yes. Look, I don't think Rasmus Højlund is good enough for Manchester United. I think he's a youngster, he's raw, and I think he's good enough for Man United, to be honest, at the moment, because they're not very good. But he's not good enough to take them to a level that they really should be aspiring to. But if the criteria is for Ruben Amorim wants somebody to run and jump and fight, then that's actually what Rasmus Højlund was pretty good at. I think he needs somebody who's just an all-round better player. Now, you could argue Nico Jackson is a bit more rounded with more experience than Rasmus Højlund. But if that's where United are going now because there's nobody else and throwing bad money after bad money, what's the point in that? What's the point in going, right, we need a striker and we can't get him and we can't get him and he's going to Newcastle, he's going to Liverpool, I tell you what, we'll bring this guy in. Here's another 40 million. It's throwing bad money after bad money at players that really are not good enough. I mean, Nicolas Jackson's not good enough to take Manchester United to the next level. If I was a season ticket holder, I'd be setting it on fire. I mean, seriously. I mean, absolutely. With all respect in the world to these players, this is Manchester United Football Club should be aiming to be amongst the elite in Europe. And where they're fishing at the moment and where they're throwing money at, it just seems to me that it's gone from one bad to another. We look at Anthony, and then there's a list of players that they've paid millions for that are just head scratchers. And this kind of deal for me would add to that. And that's just bonkers in terms of recruitment, in my opinion.